So just following up from our last video, I just want to actually bring along a bit more information about how servicing works. And we've quite often over the years have seen people being able or buying actually cars that they can't afford to maintain to a certain standard. So I suppose when you're buying the likes of a V6 engine in a BMW 7 Series or Audi A8 or an S-Class Mercedes, so when you're bringing along and you've worked hard, you want to make sure that you're getting a really decent car. You have quite a bit of luxury and comfort, I suppose, but the trait that comes with that, whenever you're buying that, you have to also think about, okay, sure, look, if I'm going to be buying a new set of discs or a full service in the next 12 months or 24 months, how much is that going to cost me? Am I going to go and get the recommended ones, or am I going to buy them from a Chinese website, or do something that I think is going to be cheaper, but it really is, and it's proven really unreliable over time. So that being said, we've seen quite a few cars actually that are really low mileage, and a few guys have been on to me to buy the cars from them because, oh yeah, even though they're 10-15 years of age, they've only gone a couple of miles, but the reality is that they haven't been maintained to up to even the most general standards in the market, essentially. So that's the thing, like, if you have a low mileage car, and because you think you're not putting up as high mileage as other people do, you might be entitled to doing less of a service, of a general good service, I suppose. I've seen people servicing their cars every 20,000 kilometers, and then every few years they need a new engine in the car, and they say, oh yeah, sure, look, I've had enough, I put way too much money. But the key point is, it's in those simple things. So just changing your oil and new filters every 10,000 kilometers, it can actually prove, and the statistics actually show, that you're saving quite a bit of money on the long run. Because if your engine is always maintained to the highest standard and to the optimal standard, you're not going to require as much of a big investment whenever you come to an issue. But if you only do the service every 2 years, it doesn't matter how much mileage you're doing. You could be doing 5,000 kilometers. It's because of the age of the oil and certain chemicals, I suppose, within the composition of the oil, they will kind of low down and they will be lowered in the engine bay. And over time, the car has been sitting for 3-4 months. Then you start it up, you start running again, you're driving the car daily, and then something goes wrong. So what we advise all of our clients and all of the people that buying car from us, if we haven't done a service ourselves, because sometimes we're just really too busy, and sometimes we just take trade-ins and they fly off the shelf without even us being able to list them online. What we recommend is, if it's not done recently by ourselves, always do a service, mandatory. So regardless of when the last person did the service, you have to do a service. So I suppose if we've done it ourselves, because we have our own subcontractor company, so we have a sourced mechanic shop that's professional actually, and they do all of our servicing and warranty. I suppose if you ever have any issues, they deal with all that kind of stuff. So the key aspect is, if it's not being done by us and it's not stamped by ourselves, and we don't have the exact mileage that's been done at exactly what's been done, we always recommend to get the service done. But some people just think that like the oil in the engine of a car just is designed for the lifetime of the car, so you never have to do that. And we've seen it even with the petrol engines. Actually, with diesel problems, yeah, you do run into a bit more issues, and then you realize, oh my god, I haven't been doing the correct servicing on the car, or I haven't done any service at all for that reason. But with petrol engines, we've seen a lot of the pistons could start failing because of the actual spark plugs being so bad, and then it affects the starting of the car, it affects the performance of the engine, and over time it has proven to be a lot more, like, I suppose, costly when it comes to small things like that. So yeah, I suppose the tip of the day, just by doing a correct service on your car and keeping a track record on it, so every 10,000 kilometers without exceptions, regardless of the car you're driving, whether it's a Toyota Yaris or a BMW 5 Series or a Mercedes S-Class or a Porsche for that reason. If it's a Porsche, you probably have to do it at 7,000 kilometers, But if it's a high performance car, you'd usually do it less than 10,000 kilometers. But we say on average, if you're a normal person, you have your own daily job, you go to, you have a family or you don't have, you do your normal activities, best thing to do is always have a track record, even a small sticker on the window from your local garage can help and save you a ton of money, because you know the exact mileage is being done at, and whether or not you're putting certain mileage, after 1 year you still have to change the oil and put a new filter onto it, and that refreshes and helps a lot for the long duration and the life of the engine. Yeah, so I suppose always keep track of your service history and service records is very important, and sometimes it does have an influence of the resale value of the vehicle if it's being kept accordingly. We've seen some service histories over the years that don't actually match the record of the car, or some people just take the books from a different car and just give them on to us, and so they think freaking a different car with a different chassis number, different reg number, it's been serviced, so yeah, just throw it in there, and sure, look, nobody's gonna look at that. So that's not the case. I suppose the whole point of a service history is to actually just take some of the boxes that the car was really genuinely being taken care of for the last few years. So that means it gives peace of mind to the next buyer or to the next garage that's going to take that car, knowing that it was always serviced fairly often. It's been looked after in the sense that there is proof from the garage that stamped the service history and it's done the work, and if you get in touch with them, they will confirm that. That's, I suppose, the peace of mind that every new buyer wants to have on his car. So yeah, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your day, and follow our page on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and we're also available on Twitter as well. Thank you.